But let's talk about another type of self-awareness, which is understanding your own limitations and what are the risks when you don't. This is a very important and often overlooked dimension of self-awareness. It's the ability to understand your own limitations. Now, when I say limitations, I don't mean that in a negative way. We all have limits. We all have areas we haven't mastered yet, skills we're still learning, experiences we haven't had. But here's where it becomes dangerous. When someone is unaware of their limitations, or worse, when they refuse to admit them, even to themselves. That's the moment self-awareness becomes delusion. And that kind of delusion, it doesn't just block growth, it can ruin careers. Let me share a real example, one I've seen happen more than once. A young, ambitious employee gets the rare chance to shadow a regional president for 3 months. Amazing opportunity. They sit in on meetings, travel with them, observe high-level discussions. They even start presenting on their behalf. Now, fantastic exposure, right? But here's where it goes wrong. Somewhere along the way, this employee starts to believe that this proximity to power is the same as having that power. They start seeing themselves at that level. Not someday, but now. So when a new role opens up, 1 or 2 levels below that president, they reject it. They say, I can't take this. I was practically doing the regional role already. But in reality, they were shadowing. They weren't responsible for the decisions. They weren't accountable for the outcomes. They were observing, not leading. That difference matters. What happened next? They waited for a role that never came. They got disengaged. Their ego outgrew their track record. And soon, they were seen as difficult, entitled, disconnected. That's how careers stall. And it all started with a lack of self-awareness about their own limitations. Why is this kind of blindness so common? Let's go deeper. This isn't just about ambition. This kind of self-deception, inflating your capabilities, believing your own hype, is much more common in emotionally driven environments or cultures where saving face is everything. In some traditional cultures, and many tight-knit teams, it's considered shameful to say, I don't know, or I'm not ready yet. So what do people do? They start stretching the truth, embellishing achievements on a resume, taking credit for results they didn't deliver, using titles they haven't earned, saying I led the strategy when really they attended a few meetings. And over time, they believe their own story. That's the most dangerous part. They're not even lying anymore. They've internalized the lie. And once that happens, real development stops. Because how do you grow when you think you've already arrived? But then, why admitting limitations is a strength, not a weakness? Here's the truth. Being self-aware enough to say, I'm not ready for that yet, is one of the most powerful things you can do in your career. Why? Because it means you're coachable, you're grounded, you're building from a place of reality, not fantasy. The most respected professionals, the ones who actually make it to those top roles, are almost always the ones who say, I need more experience in this area. I want to shadow more before I lead. Let me take a smaller scope first and prove myself. That humility, it's not weakness, it's maturity, it's long-term thinking, and it's real leadership potential. So if you've ever caught yourself exaggerating your role, rejecting opportunities that are beneath you, or avoiding roles where you might not shine immediately, ask yourself, is this ambition or is this ego pretending to be readiness? Knowing your limitations doesn't mean limiting yourself. It means being honest about where you are, so you can build the right path to where you want to be. And trust me, that honesty is rare and respected.